Hey, what is up everybody? So today's video is going to be a little bit different, and I apologize if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm having some issues with my throat and allergies, and there might be a little bit of background noise in the audio because there is a bit of construction going on, and I am in the city, and I don't have the greatest sound recording, as you may know from previous videos. But today I just want to talk to you guys because, and like I said earlier, video, I am not going to be having any script. This is just all right off my head, and I'm going to try my best not to do ums and ahs and like, because that's not good speech, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So, top in today's video's topic, I just did it right there, number one. We are going to be talking about this clown craze that is like sweeping the country in huge numbers. Now, I haven't really done a whole lot of research when it comes to the topic of the clowns, if they are in alternative countries. I do know that there are some reports of them popping up in the UK, and I know for a fact that there have been a few in Spanish-speaking countries. I don't know entirely where. I apologize for that. Just based off of prank videos and stuff like that, I can deduce that there are a few of these things happening down there or over in Spain. The only issue is I don't know if it's like a current thing or if it's more dated video that's just been re-uploaded a few times due to the craze. But I want to clear up a few things because this clown craze, people are very, very big channels who are talking about this. They're not really doing research into it from what I can grasp. A lot of them are saying that the clown craze started in August, that the very first one was because of the very first one was from the South Carolina reports. And to a degree they are kind of right, because that was like the first televised one that was just making huge headlines. But that wasn't the very first one to hit the craze, because like on this channel, if you guys go back a few videos, we talked about Gags the Clown in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That was actually a pretty big viral thing that happened. It had its own Facebook page, like hundreds of people were posting about it, seeing him throughout the streets, seeing him in the parks. He was carrying black balloons with him. Now that was actually just a promotional thing to boost a horror movie. I believe it's an indie horror movie in the area. So that wasn't meant to scare people in the sense that they need to be terrified for their lives. It was more so to get publicity out there and to get people noticing, hey, maybe this will be a cool thing to go because I actually saw him in real life. Now, even dating even further back, I just said even twice, there was the Westco clown sightings, which was again another promotional thing. However, this time it was for, I believe, a photo series that a couple was doing on Instagram or their website. And there have been other reports, there have been other sightings of types of clowns throughout like a few year decade or so, most having to do either with pranks, Halloween time, stuff like that. It's not uncommon to see this type of stuff. Now, for the clown thing going on right now, for the most part, I believe it's only been affecting roughly 20-ish states. I know there are reports in New York, North South Carolina, as we talked about earlier. There have been a few reports here in PA, and a lot of them, though, I can't entirely validate because I can't find any like reliable source to actually pinpoint where they are. There have been a few that I know have been happening further west. I believe there was one in Colorado. I believe there were some in California. I don't know 100%. I am trying to find, for the most part, where all these sightings are happening because, again, they are booming and they're all over the place, and people are always like either afraid or they're just making it up. That's what I want to talk about for the last part. The making it up part. That is a huge factor in all of this discussion, and I think it's something that people are kind of leaving out. Now, I can't entirely find all the proof because, like I said before, there's a lot of like true stories out there, and a lot of things don't have any sources to back them up, and a lot of things just don't get posted, so I can't actually find them unless I go to those states and interview people. But there are stories, like one of my friends a few days ago was telling me how this clown craze was really getting out of hand, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? And she said, oh, well, like they're killing people now. And I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, like people are getting killed by these clowns. That's why they're called killer clowns. And I'm like, I haven't heard that many reports of people even violently getting attacked by these clowns. There was one report here in PA in which a 16-year-old boy was stabbed to death. However, it wasn't really a clown costume. It was, I believe, he was wearing a purge mask. So it's not entirely the same thing, and they believe that it would have to do with like a personal issue. But but going off of that, there was, I think, in New York, one clown shooting where the clown actually got shot, and there have been reports where like police officers dressed up as clowns and they got in trouble and all that type of stuff. But I haven't heard a report in which clowns are literally going out and killing people. But on that topic, there also is the fact that a lot of the clown things that are happening now are directly linked to social media. And I know there are reports coming from different counties that clowns will threaten schools, they'll threaten parks, children. I do know that there are reports that they are carrying weapons such as bats or chains or bars, metal bars of sorts. One of my friends down in Georgia, his school actually was canceled because there were clown threats towards him, his high school, and several other schools, and that's the serious issue that I think needs to be fixed. I understand that this clown craze is like a thing now, and it's getting close to Halloween, so it's probably going to continue to be a thing up until it, or probably even further past it. But as of right now, it really needs to kind of peter out a little bit. It was never funny. It was kind of like like a surreal moment. Oh, there's a creepy clown type stuff. And now the fact that you have these people who are dressing up and they're threatening kids, they're threatening just normal everyday people. And on the other side, you have people who clearly have weapons of their own and are just threatening to kill someone because they dressed up spooky like in a public space. That isn't called for either. There are a lot of reports online, and there's a lot of posts of people saying like, come at me clown, and like they'll have a post of them with two semi-automatic weapons. That's uncalled for too. That's not something that we should be doing. That's not something that really anyone with their right mind would immediately think, because you haven't even seen the clown. You're just saying, oh, if it ever happens, I will probably shoot. But knowing that you probably will, and it might not even be a clown, it might just be a person with a hoodie up and you think they are one. Now, I'm not trying to make this like a gun law thing, because that's another issue for some other day. But I'm saying that both sides are at fault, and both sides are really making this whole, I don't want to say social media craze, but it kind of is, live on more and be much more wild and widespread than it really ever should be. Now, I understand that our country is like this. Our country is able to birth this type of stuff throughout, like, social generational stuff. But, I mean, in 18, 19 years, I've never seen this before, or ever heard reports like this before, so it is a little weird, and I don't understand why it is, like, a big thing for you to do. I know when The Walking Dead came out, there were like a small little craze of people dressing up as zombies and zombie reports everywhere, because that was like the in thing. But clowns never were in. Clowns were never a thing that would immediately spark. Like, the biggest thing I could think of as being recent with clowns relation and like being haunted was American Horror Story. That's the closest thing I could see to maybe giving people the push to want to continue doing this, because they, like, connection wise, they've had something that is a creepy clown in their life, and they know how it feels, they want to continue the feeling. But like the next big thing is obviously what everyone connects it to, and that's Stephen King's It. But at this point, I feel like that has nothing to do with this Sightings at all. Like, if you're gonna dress up as a clown, first off, they're dressing up as like zombie clowns for the most part. They're not dressing up as like normal looking clowns that are just creepy. you kind of deviate, and the fact that I get you're just standing there trying to freak people out, it's a little weird, but there's no like I'm gonna kill you, I want to kill you type urge. For the most part, these reports are just people seeing clowns and people like walking by a clown, people driving by a clown that's just standing there staring at them, that type of stuff. And again, there are fake reports. I do want to shine light on college reports because I believe a few days back there was a wave of like 10, 20, 30 colleges in which all of them had kids reporting seeing clown sightings. Now, for the most part, I can't verify again if every single one was false, but there were two near here, being my college, Temple University, and being one of the colleges nearby, which is St. Joe's University, and I believe Villanova had another one too. All three seemed very, very false. For the first point, which is clearly, I say what you want, but this is clearly evidence of this, that they were all reported by freshmen. Now, I know this isn't like a huge thing. There's thousands of freshmen on campus, but the sheer fact that you're a freshman and you're the only person to see a creepy looking clown stalking your campus only a month after going to college, and all three reports were like late at night or by themselves with no one around, it was very creepy type reports, and that's not something that seems like it's gonna be like legit. Now, for the second part of that, for the most part, I believe all three were just posted online. They were just like, oh, like, yeah, I saw it, it's a thing, like believe me, it is a thing. And I know for this one, Temple, that I know for a fact is fake. This girl is lying just to get attention. A, she posted online. B, she said she saw the clown while driving down Diamond Street. If you guys don't know, Diamond Street is one of the roads that borders the campus, the main campus here in Philly. She saw it on Diamond Street while driving along late at night with her dad to drop her off. Now, okay, well, did the dad see the clown? No. A little weird considering that there's probably nothing else on that street at that time. It's weird there for him not to see a clown just walking around North Philly. And then the last thing, she has claimed that she has seen clowns walking around near dormitories and dining halls. Those places are filled with cameras and hundreds, if not thousands, of people walking around. She says she sees them during the daytime and that she has proof, but that proof is on a locked Twitter account. So we don't know. And very clearly she's lying. She's just making that up, and it somehow got onto like the news. It was an actual article, I believe it was on ABC or something, or whatever news report that we have here, and also on the Temple news. And I'm like, why is this a news story? And it's because of this craze. This craze is allowing fake stories, it's allowing people to get attention, and it's allowing people to just make reports and then report on those reports and know very securely that they're going to get a good fan base to support it because people just want to hear about it. People might not even care. People might not even think that it's creepy, but they'll listen to it, they'll read it because it has to do with the topic. Now, I know people are probably going to be like, oh, well, you're doing the same thing with this video. Maybe I am, but I'm also trying to clarify and shine some light on the fact that not all these stories are true. Don't believe everything that you see. A lot of the videos that I'm seeing coming from bigger YouTubers right now, they're using photos of clowns years ago. There are people posting things that just have to do with clowns in general. I saw one, I believe it was top 5. I don't want to like shout you out or whatever, but like it was like top 5 creepy clown sightings of all time caught on tape, and almost none of them had to do with the sightings this past year. All of them had to do with either a prank or something. Like one was a super creepy thing, I believe down in Mississippi. I don't know, don't quote me on that one, but it was just clowns like walking up the porches. But that was like 5 or 4 years ago. That has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Now, it may or may not, I don't know, because I don't know if all these clowns are just watching that video and seeing like, oh, I'm gonna do that. That was pretty cool. But that has nothing to do with this craze now, and people are just finding creepy clown stuff online and claiming it to be the more recent stuff. I'm seeing loads of photos using the Wesco clown and Gags the clown as saying that, oh, there are recent clown sightings in the area. Well, if anyone had a brain and they were to right click with their mouse and do Google search, they would find that these photos and these videos date back years ago or months ago that don't correlate with the time period in which these sightings are going on, which as of right now the timeline is mid-ish August, maybe a little early, second week of August, up until now. And I don't know how long this craze is going to continue. I don't know if it's going to escalate in any way. I do know that these threats that the clowns are having are escalating a bit, and I am a little concerned for that. We'll just have to see. I have a feeling that there will be a decent amount of reports coming out in the week of Halloween and on Halloween itself. Another day that I'm sure there's going to be a lot of reports coming in, or just fake reports in general, is on, I believe it's, gosh, I can't even think of the name right now. It's Mischief Night. If none of you guys know, I don't know if it's just my area that does it. I'm sure it's an American thing, but just has a different time. It's basically the Friday before Halloween, in which people just go out and they plan to do whatever they want, whenever they want. And it's not really a great time for people to be out if you're in a rougher area. So like here in this area, North Philly, people do it. And a lot of us who are college kids, we do know we hide. We don't hide, but like we don't walk around by ourselves at like 1 in the morning. We don't walk around like with a group super late at night, drunk or whatever. We don't do that because we know there are people that are going to be a little bit more crazy that night. Now, I just want to say, like for the last little part, be safe with this. Be safe. Don't try anything. If you do see a clown, take a photo. Don't try to like attack it. For the most part, it's probably just some kid trying to get attention, trying to dress up and see if he can get online. But I hope the craze does end soon. I am getting a little tired of it, and I'm sure a lot of other people are. I'm not sure though if it's ever going to end or if it will end sometime this year. We'll just have to wait and see. Until then, I'll try to report on any like major news involving it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want other topics, if you guys like videos like this where I just talk to you guys for like 15-20 minutes and post it up, kind of like a podcast in a way, please let me know down in the comments below as well. If you want me to talk about any topics relating to these clowns or just creepy things in general that have to do with like social crazes and stuff like that, also let me know. I'm really into that type of stuff, so just hit me up and I will most likely look into it for you guys. Until then, I will see you all soon, and I hope to have my regular schedule back up with 2 videos a week. Stay spooky, guys.